Yo, what's going on, everyone? My name is Quentell,
It's your girl Tajah the DJ.
and this is the very first episode of Zone 4 The Sessions. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? This is the very first episode. Y'all the very first crowd to ever be on this. How y'all feeling?
Y'all feeling good? Y'all feeling good? I mean, they
Good,
look good.
They look
I hope
good. They
feel
sound good. You know what I'm saying? So Tajah, man, how did you feel about the show yesterday with DOMANI and D Smoke?
Gosh, it was a vibe. I was vibing
Yeah.
out all night left or right. It
Yeah,
was crazy.
yeah, no, it was real smooth, man. I didn't expect it to be that smooth, man. Like really, the vibes and the energy in the building was cool. The audience was cool. Everybody was cool. The experience was just a very dope experience, man. For real.
I know them ladies was going crazy last night, including me. I'm not gonna lie. It was crazy. It was crazy.
So on the after this commercial, we're gonna have a very special guest. We got hip hop royalty in the building. Make sure y'all stay tuned. We got our boy DOMANI coming right after this commercial.
I said you one in a million and I need you by my side. But I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready. No, I'm not asking you to wait for me.
Freedom. It's at the core of who we are. The freedom to live without fear, to jog where we please, to wear a hoodie. The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
I'm not ready to picture you getting ready and losing weight for the wedding that you dreamed of. When I'm not sure I'm ready to receive love. I grew up with my parents in two separate houses. I used to always have two Christmases, but now I'm fine.
Welcome back to Zone for the session. Make some noise. Listen. We live like it's Channel 5. We got a special guest in the building, Mr. DOMANI. How you feeling?
I feel great, man. Thank
Make
y'all
some
for
noise for
having me.
DOMANI, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. So how you feeling coming out here, man? I know it's your first time in PV, you know, so how you think, what you think about it, man?
Y'all some dope people, man. Y'all definitely some, I don't know, I'm inspired right now.
For real?
Yeah.
You gonna go like back in the tour bus and just start writing, just
Hey, man, that's how it happens.
Yeah. So tell us about that experience last night, man. The show was dope. Me and Tajah was talking about it before you came on, man. How did you think about the Houston crowd? How did you feel? I know they was loving you. They was loving your vibe. You know, what you think about it?
Thank you, man. It was pretty cool, man. I got up there. I just I don't know. I was having fun. I was being myself. I felt like the crowd was receiving it well. And yeah, every night is really dope, but it's something special about Houston, man. So it was dope.
Yes, it was dope. It was definitely a vibe. But let's talk about the album, Skydive is out everywhere. Let's talk about the meaning behind that.
Skydive is really just about taking a leap of faith, just about commitment. And I just said, you know, following my dreams, and I'm basically taking that leap of faith, and we'll see if the parachute opens. That's what Skydive meant.
That's real metaphoric and dope. I didn't think it was gonna be that deep, bro. For real.
Thank you.
I thought it was just like an activity you like doing.
It
or
could
something.
be. I did skydive. Yeah.
What was that experience like? I'm scared, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
It's relaxing. You know, they tell you to relax in the air, and it was just that. It was relaxing. You get to see the whole world, and it make you feel like big but small at the same time. So it's dope.
That's interesting. I ain't gonna lie. So let's circle back to the tour. I know the tour is coming to an end. You know, with you
That's
and D
right.
Smoke. So tell us about some things that you learned. You know, while being on the road, and how you feel like you might have changed. You know, because of the tour as an artist and as a person.
Man, every tour, I love the road. I love the road. I get to travel. I get to do what I love. Get to see different people every single day. Get to feel vibes, be inspired every single day. But this tour, man, D Smoke and his whole team, his whole family. His family is really like his team. His whole team is like just cool people. So it just feels good to do music. You know, music is something that I love with people that I love. You know, so just a good vibe. This tour.
Oh, for sure. What are some things that you feel like you might learn as an artist? You know, to kind of keep going and be like, okay, you know, I made this mistake here. You know, young, but going forward, we got to make sure we avoid this.
Just making sure everyone's on point. Just understand that it's fun, but it's a job.
Yeah.
It's a job. I mean, nothing that you love to do is work, but you know you can't forget that people came, spent their hard-earned money to come see you. So
get a good show.
it's definitely work. Then you have fun later, and you have fun in the process because you love what you do.
Tight.
Yes. And back to that album. What's your favorite song on the album?
Favorite song?
Favorite,
That's
right.
a great question. I would say I like Fallen. Fallen. That's with Anthony Hamilton, Rap City. We got what else? Y'all gonna pick one?
I'm a fan of Fallen myself. I like
Okay,
the production and
Thank you.
know,
That's my
Anthony
guy,
Hamilton.
Yeah.
You know, y'all went crazy. So
Thank you.
well, with that being said, you know, what was that experience like? You know, creating that song in the studio. I know the vibes was probably crazy. You know, Goosebumps was on. You know, every
Man.
artist in there and every engineer. So what was that experience like in the studio creating that song?
Man, it was really like when you're recording music, it's just another song until you step away from it and get another perspective and try to listen to it from the audience perspective or just a regular listener instead of zoomed in as the artist or as the creator or the engineer. So when we're making it, we just think it's a song until you step back and listen to it, like play it in the car. Then you realize how big this is. Like, this is something crazy. So, man, it was dope, man. I put it together towards the end of the project, and I just knew I wanted this song to wrap up the whole project. And I knew Rap City would be the perfect person to really like wrap it all together. And Anthony just got that voice. He got that voice, man. He put it in there.
Yeah,
So
that was
it was dope.
Yeah, it was definitely like the cherry on top with those features, man. It was a perfect song to really wrap up the album. You know, it was a very, very cohesive project. That's what I really, most enjoyed about it. From top to bottom, you can really listen to it. It just sounds like an experience. Is that what you were going for as far as, putting out this project? You know what? The listeners to have a very unique experience, with your music.
Every project I don't even think about it like that. I just try to make sure I'm growing as a person, and I can see the growth and I can hear the growth, like from a personal perspective.
Yeah.
And I just try to make sure every song is as organic and like real to me as possible. And I just been sitting and building on it, so I'm glad you guys receive it, as well as this, because it's just it just come from an idea into reality.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we're crafting this album. How long did it take for you to kind of build and kind of find the idea and the concept behind the album, and then record it, and the whole process of putting the album together? How long do you think it really took?
I'm a project artist, so as soon as I get done with my last project, I'm pretty much working on my next project.
Yeah.
With any song that I do, it's I don't know where it's gonna go yet, or what the project is, or what's the concept, but I know I wanted to put it together and make a body of work.
Yeah.
So this one, I started working on this one really after the last project.
Okay.
And I would say maybe 2 years or a year and a half, and some songs got multiple mixes, multiple masters, and
That's how I
you
go.
know, we added instruments,
Yeah.
adding choirs and all type of stuff. So I don't know. I just sat with it, and I just took my time and had fun with it. Maybe
Yeah.
about 2 years.
2 years. That's a solid amount of time.
That's what it's all about, having fun. I know that's right.
You
I
feel
know that's
me?
right. So, you know, we talked about Anthony Hamilton and Nasty C and D Smoke on
Right.
the album. Any other dream collabs that you want to work with in the future?
Yeah, I got people that I know are dope, but really, I just want to work with whoever want to, you know, work with me and vibe with me for real.
Yeah.
I just want to catch the right vibes, but definitely got some people.
I know Cole up there.
Cole
I know Cole.
for real. On the production too. Pharrell. I would like to work with Pharrell. Erykah Badu. I like Baby King.
Okay.
You know, dope people.
Yeah, dope
Just
people.
people who I really catch a vibe with too.
That's what's up. I rock with it. So let's go back to you were talking about. I think we were talking about influences at one point. So you know, with your influences being, you know, I saw in the interview you said that some people that inspire you were artists like Kendrick and you know
Right.
Outkast. So how did they help you kind of cultivate and create the sound that you have today? You know, as an artist.
Outkast, man, they were some storytellers, man. Andre, I don't know, it was just something about how Andre just told stories, and I always said like the words that he would use to like rhyme, it just sounded like it's like he would trick you and you didn't even know the words was rhyming because he's talking so smooth, and then you realize this man is just, the rhyme pattern is so crazy.
Yeah.
But so that's Andre. That's what I feel like I took from him.
Storytelling.
And then my father, he's definitely a big influence. Kendrick just so creative. You know, I take a lot of stuff from a lot of different artists,
Yeah.
but that's what I would say from them.
Yeah.
You talked about T.I. a little bit. You know, that's your father. What advice can you give to students, you know, that actually want to get in this industry and actually want to do what you're doing? Because we got a lot of PV artists on campus right now that's watching
Right.
this interview that want to know, like, what's the first steps? What do I have to do to make this happen?
Do what you love. You know, do what you love. If you love making music, writing music, do that. You got to keep doing that, you know, because if you love it, you'll do it constantly. It'll be like breathing. You just can't wait to, you're going to dream about it, you're going to think about it. You can't wait to get back to it. And then I would say networking. You know, you got to talk to people. You got to get out. You got to be around. You got to be in the right places. You can have the best music in the world and nobody knows. If that's cool with you, then that's cool. But, you know, if you want people to recognize, you know, what you got to get out and talk to people. So networking and making music.
I hope y'all heard that. Take notes.
It's in my memory. You feel me? I that's locked in. So let's go back to last night, man. That was a really dope experience in the concert. Like I said, bro, it was amazing. The
Thank you.
energy between you and D Smoke on stage last night, bro, it was really incredible, man. It was literally like I was watching two people who've been making music, you know, forever, for a minute. So, you
Thank
know,
you.
talk about that experience of creating the song that y'all made on the album together, and then, you know, just how y'all cultivated that relationship to kind of get to where it's like a, you know, a little brother, big brother kind of relationship.
Man, Smoke. I met Smoke. My father introduced me to him. This was after he won the show. And my father, he just said, he said, yeah, it's this guy. He's from Cali. He's from Inglewood. He played the piano. He speaks Spanish. This man is dope. He's lyrically, you know what I mean? He's just dope. And then when I met him, we was in the studio, and then it was just a beat playing. And I think he was the first one to just go in the booth. And he was just spinning. He was speaking Spanish. I think he said he was ready to pull out the keys. He was ready to play some piano. I was like, this man is dope.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to know who this is. I need to be his friend. Like, this man is dope. And then I don't know. We was cool ever since. That was the first song we made though. It was cool ever since. And then I had this song, I Know It's Real. I just sent it to him. It was during quarantine, so wasn't really nobody in the studio together.
Yeah.
So I sent it to him, and I guess he liked it just as much as I did because he sent it right back. He sent it right back, and he killed it. So that's how that happened.
That man D Smoke is lyrically, that man is cold. Man. I remember watching him on Rhythm and Flow, bro. It was literally like
Man, it's crazy.
every competition, he just got better and better. And then on the finale, it was just like, is this man serious? Like, he played the piano, he had dances, he had fire, you know what I'm saying? Like, chances like that. Yeah, like, it was dope. So we're going to keep this interview going, y'all. Make sure y'all stay locked in. We're going to keep it going right after this commercial break.
I love it when you feeling on me. Look in my eyes so I know that it's real. Yeah. I said, come on, baby, give it to me. I want it all, come and show me it's real. Control and I love it too, which makes it that much special to know I got control of you. Let me show you what your curves can do. I'm learning you. You want me to build you up and take you down, so you can fall for me before you shake the ground. I'm in your temple, I see hieroglyphics, tattoos, piercings on your body says a lot, but only few can hear it, only few can feel it. You know I'm feeling it. Your thoughts growing horns, but your glasses say you innocent, and I know when I get to witness it. I blow the candles off the cake, come get a taste before I finish it. I know you with it, I know you with it and some more. I know exactly what to do, she think I've been here before, And she say, love it when you feeling on me. Look in my eyes so I know that it's real.
Yo, what's going on? Yeah.
Look,
Welcome
I love
back.
the energy.
Yeah.
I love the energy.
They really rocking with us, man. They got y'all make some noise, man, for DOMANI. He's killing this interview. He going crazy, man.
Thank you.
So let's get right back into it, man. So it seemed I remember watching the interview with you, and you were talking about staying true to yourself and being super authentic. Do you feel like there are a lot? Well, no, let me not ask that because that's a crazy question. What helps you?
That's what
I was gonna ask you. Do you feel like there are a lot of artists or rappers out here who are being inauthentic and not being true to themselves?
Maybe. I mean, but not saying that everybody know that they're not being authentic.
Yeah.
You might don't know that, that you're not being yourself until you find yourself and realize I wasn't being myself.
Yeah.
So they might don't know, but I believe it's a lot.
So with that being said, what kind of helps you stay true to yourself and make the music that you want to make? Because somebody asked you and they were saying, like, you could have went the route with your dad and made, kind of the same music as your dad, or even came in the rap climate that we are in today where, people talking about trapping and, selling drugs and all of this. So what kind of made you kind of deviate from that and, stay true to yourself and, be as authentic as possible?
Man, I just knew that I didn't do that. I didn't do that stuff. I didn't grow up how he grew up. And I felt like I would be doing him a disservice, because he did all of that and worked hard to make sure his family don't have to do what he was doing or talk about what he was doing. Yeah, so, it's like me saying stuff like that shows that he didn't do a good job or my parents didn't do a good job, because people who's in that life or, live that life, they don't want to live that life. So it's not something that they want to talk about. It's something they feel like they have to talk about because it's weighing on them. Like, music is their expression.
Yeah.
And music is their way out. So I didn't feel like that was my way out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just felt like that wasn't me.
Listen, he said it ain't no cap in this rap.
And that's
Ain't
the
no
best way.
cap in my
That's really the best way to be, man, for real.
So let's talk about the lyrics. You know, I got a chance to listen to the whole album. You know, it's different. It's a vibe. It's powerful. I feel like it's a message in each song. So my question is, what's your most memorable lyrics? Like that verse, them lyrics that's like, ugh.
Man, this was the hard question.
That's the hard question. You
That's
got to
what she
think
was
about
getting ready
that.
I
for.
do gotta think. Okay, boom. I gotta scratch my head too. That'll help me think. But it might be, and it's a clean lyric. Maybe, let me see, Falling. Okay, what we got?
I hope you say, if you say the bar, I think you gonna say that's gonna be crazy.
What I'm about to say? Falling, hope that my mom wanna. How the verse go?
You tell me.
Mirror
You
on the
know
wall,
you.
who gon' ride to the engine star? Hard times, I'm cold hearted, was ignorant when I started.
Yeah.
They'll sin again to benefit more than a white man brought them. While I walk with the Lord and sleep with the preacher's daughter. Look how I was brought up. I think that was cool.
That one hard, my boy. That one was hard.
What y'all think about that? Y'all rocking with that? Yeah, man, that was pressure. I ain't gonna lie. I was actually gonna ask you a question about that specific part in the song where you talk about was ignorant when I started. What were kind of some thoughts or misconceptions that you feel like you had, you know, at the beginning of your career, and you know, have you kind of learned from that and be like, oh nah, man, that was real ignorant of me to think like that when I first started.
When I very first started, I was doing what I seen on TV and what I heard on the radio of what like rappers supposed to look like, rappers supposed to sound like, what rappers supposed to talk about. And that's what I would say I was ignorant on, because like I said before, a lot of people don't really know that they're not being themselves until they find themselves. I feel like I wasn't being myself. Like I was just doing what I seen, doing what I knew, doing what I heard. So it was that. That's what I was talking about. I was ignorant. And then like the whole, just the business side. You know, when you first start doing music, you don't know nothing about the business. You don't know. Like music is like 20% of the whole music industry. It doesn't really matter what. Everything else is just, you got to know.
Yeah, it's really a machine. Like, and even now, you know, I know you learning that from a greater scale. You know, even with Tip being your dad and everything, I know he didn't lace you and put you on game. But it's only so much that, you know, he can tell you, because it's like you got to experience some of it and be like, okay, I gotta learn from that. So even then, what's some advice that he might have gave you, you know, at the start of your career, and you look back, and you like, man, he was right. You know, I really should have really listened to him when he said that.
Man, aside from music, everything he say, and I try not to do, it turns out that he be 100% right.
Yeah.
So anytime I try to do something that he said, really my mom too, but anytime I try to do something that he said not to do,
Yeah.
it turned out bad.
Yeah.
So, but at the start, he told me just take it serious. I feel like that was important, because I was doing a lot of stuff and I was all over the place. I'm a little kid. I'm doing everything. I want to try everything. He just said, just make sure you take it serious. And I didn't understand why he was telling me that until I got a little bit older and I started to see, like, you know, none of this is promised. None of this is promised. People come out to your show, they want to see you. You shouldn't take that for granted.
Yeah.
People listen to your music. It's so much music out here. You should not take that for granted. So just take it serious.
Wow, I gotta make sure I keep that in my notes for real. So I saw in the interview you were talking about, you know, leaving a legacy. You know, you were talking about one of the things on your bucket list being that you want to have a business, or, you know, have some land and have something that can keep going, that, you know, passes by you. So, you know, when did you kind of craft this idea of, you know, leaving a legacy, whether it be with music or it be with, you know, making an impact in your community or whatever the case may be? You know, when did you kind of start focusing and zoning in on, you know, leaving a legacy?
I just think about it like, it's not worth having if everyone around you don't have it as well. That's how I feel. Like it's not cool if you got a cool car, no one else around you doesn't have a cool car. It's like, now you got to think about everybody else worrying about how to get your car. Yeah. You know, so and I just like taking care of people. I like showing people stuff they never seen before. I like teaching, because I don't know, man. I just like helping. And then yeah, that's definitely one of my goals. I want to employ, I want to influence, I want to inspire. I feel like that's the way that you live on forever. Yeah. You don't live on forever physically. It's about your stories. It's about your impact. It's about what you've taught people, what you've shown people.
Right.
You know, just that's what it's about, and that's what's gonna live on forever. And that's why I created Forever Records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask you about that, starting your own record label. Like, what made you want to do that with owning your own record label?
I feel like it's about ownership, and then that's what it's about. I wanted it to. I basically was saying anything that come out of this pipeline is gonna live on forever because it has those qualities. It's quality music, and it's what I said before. It's quality music, and
He said, "I'm trying to create a lasting legacy."
exactly,
And
just
that's what it
everything's
is.
gonna live on forever.
Yeah.
Whether that's and people hear that and they think it's weird and say Illuminati. No, it's. I'm not talking about the physical. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna physically live
Yeah.
on forever. I'm saying like your legacy, your music, your impact is gonna live on forever.
Like having the impact of, you know, artists who done came before you, like Outkast or
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, these are people. These legends will live on forever.
yeah. Because people gonna listen to Outkast. I don't know about y'all, man, but I still be when I'm taking a shower, bro, so fresh, so clean. Ain't nobody do
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Even if it's not-
always gonna be on.
Even if it's not that music, like that music and those legends, those artists will inspire the next generation.
Right.
And like they will still live. Like Andre and Outkast will still live on through them.
Yeah.
So everything is gonna live on forever.
Tight.
So last night, I was watching you perform, right? And there was a point when you was like connecting with the audience, and there was this one girl in front of me. I thought she was talking to me at first, but it was the right. It was that. I was like, oh, it's her. Okay. Like the way you connect with the audience. But these ladies, we got a lot of ladies in the building. Ladies, make some noise real quick. They told me to ask
Alright.
you this. This is what they wanted me to ask you. Do you have anybody special? You single? What's going on? How's that relationship life going?
I'm happy. I have a home.
Ladies, y'all heard it here. He's happy.
Yeah.
Can't break up a happy home for real. That ain't it. So let's go back to the album, man. So like I said, you know, with it being super cohesive, was every song, well, you said, you know, you're a project artist, so was every song kind of dictated to be on this album and be at a certain point and be at a certain mood? Were you like, okay, you know, this is going to be track 2 and they going to be rocking with me right here, and then once it gets to the end, you know what I'm saying, they're going to be feeling and thinking, you know, oh, okay, they going to have this emotion, you know? So was it like you know, recorded some songs and put it together and you was like, okay, yeah, this is going to be the album right here?
Man, all my projects, I don't approach it with a concept in mind. I don't approach it with a title or a story. I just make the music, and later on when I got like a good number of favorite songs, I listen to those songs back to back, and I try to decipher like a message that I was saying through these songs or something that I was trying to tell myself subconsciously, you know? Yeah. And I felt like when I listened to like these 10, 11, 12 songs that I was talking about commitment, whether I was having trouble committing or songs that you could tell that I was just 100% committed, dedicated to my dream, to that person in my life or a certain relationship. And yeah, and then I started talking about falling a lot. But that's how this project came about. I just listened to those songs that I made and tried to like decipher the message that I was saying.
That's solid, man. Y'all make some noise for DOMANI, man, for being here. Brother, we thankful that you came out here and you gave us the opportunity to interview you, man. We glad y'all, the audience, came. Do y'all have any questions for DOMANI out here? Got a question? Let's see. Oh, you loud. You got it?
I would say, what did it look like when I started taking it serious, and when did I notice that I would start taking it serious? That's a great question. It was when I was releasing music, and I would have people stop me and, first of all, say my name. Before I started taking it serious, people didn't even know my name. They would say T.I. son or that kid on TV. But so they would say my name and they would just tell me how the song that I wrote and released or my music that I created, how it affected them. and like told me, like, they sit and tell me their story and what they was, where they was in before they heard the music and what they doing now and how it inspired them. And they'll just go on and on. And I'm like, wow, this is real. You know, like I said, you can't take that for granted. You really have an impact. You really influence people. You don't know who's watching. You don't know what your art is to people that's watching you. And that's what made me take it serious.
That's a solid answer, man. I ain't gonna lie. So we thank you for coming once again, man. We thank y'all, the audience, for being here and tuning in. Make some noise for yourselves out there, for real. Man. For real. We gonna make sure y'all stay like Dan. I'm Quentell. We're here with
Tajah the DJ.
Feel me? And make sure this is the end of the episode. Thank y'all for coming out.
Mirror on the wall, who gon' ride to the engine start? Hard times, I'm cold-hearted, was ignorant when I started. Left sin again to benefit more than a white man brought on. While I walk with the Lord and sleep with the preacher's daughter. Look how I was brought up. I was sheltered, never